Just ordinary. How's it going, guys? I've missed you. It's been a few days. We had a drill this last weekend, so it was a very busy drill. My work schedule was just packed. I can't get into too much of that now, but I just want to say thank you for your patience and your continued support in subscribing and sharing the love about my channel. I will say we jumped up like 150 subscribers in the last week, which is huge. You know, I couldn't have done that without all of you. So in doing that, I have a few different items to check off for this video, but in the main focus is just a big thank you. So I'm going to be providing you guys with 6 new CWL War or Legend League bases, however you see fit. Okay, so I'm going to go through those. Links will be in the description, so feel free to copy and paste them. I will say I'm using them in my 2 Champs 1 clans, Warlock, Just Ordinary, and I'm using them in my Champs 2 clans, No Limit and War Worthy. So this is just awesome. They're great bases. I'm really appreciative of all the jump and followers, and let's keep it rolling, guys. But before we get into that, I want to show off my home base, right? Just D3T with the sword is the T. So SG Base Building, I joined their Discord, and they offered a couple different services that I got through them, and one of them was the custom background base building. So I'm a huge fan of this. You know, to kind of show you what it was before, this is what it was. So it was the JEO with the clan castle in the middle. And you know, I love this one for the last year or so, okay? And that was great. So now, not only do I have that Just D3T with the sword one, but they also were able to come up with this, and I love this design. It says Just Ordinary with the sword through the clan castle there. And yeah, it's just super awesome. I think I'm going to rep the Just D3T one in the meantime, just because I love it, and it's going to be reflecting in my YouTube. So, but I will provide the JO with the swords, and then the Just Ordinary with the sword in the clan castle in the description also, okay? So, yeah, huge shout out to SG Base Building. If you guys need like custom base designs or, you know, CWL packs, Legend Leagues packs, there's 2 places that I personally recommend going for those 2. Either the SG Base Building one or Kartik, his server. He will attack in Legend League, and whatever bases that he gets within the top like 1,000, he will build and share on his base. So there's 2 very strong base builders and packs that you can get with that. You just need to join their Discords, and then, you know, you can get access and inquire about, you know, the cost and all that. But super I mean, I literally couldn't have these designs without them, or, you know, some of these bases. So first one. All right, I'm going to show you guys. And again, all these links will be in the description. So one thing that I'm going to kind of go into is the balance between 1-star targeting bases and 2-star targeting bases, right? So this is kind of a mixture of a 1 and 2-star targeting base, because you really have the town hall isolated in the core there, which is going to make it a little bit harder for the 2-star. But on a separate note, you don't have any invisible spell towers in here, right? So, you know, invisible spell towers equals, you know, a 1-star targeting base, an anti-2-star base. So, but this one has its own little isolated town hall here, so that's, you know, pretty awesome. And, you know, if the kill squad doesn't make it through the core there, then, you know, that the Eagle Artillery town hall is just going to slow all those troops down and target them as they go through. So this one's a really good base. You know, when I look at it, I have a hard time trying to figure out where I would start from with my Grand Champ charge. You know, I tell you where, but I don't want to burn the bases that I'm posting for you to use. You know what I'm saying? So I will post them, and you guys can, you know, friendly challenge and figure them out for yourselves. I will say that I'm using my lower level Town Hall 17 account for this video, just because my other Town Hall 17 actually has some base pack layouts on it that I want to just keep private in the meantime, but I could potentially share those later down the line. So here's base number 2. So this, again, it's got the isolated town hall with the invisible spell tower, which means Right, anti 2-star base. And then it's also got these raged up super high DPS defenses in here. So you're getting all three of those multi target Inferno Towers, the Monolith, and both Fire Spitters. So that's just huge. The only thing that would, make this even more OP in the core there was getting those scatters in there. But you really don't need it because you need something on the outside so that way that whole core is not immobilized by like an overgrowth. So really good base building strategy here. So even, when your RC charges, if you're trying to go around any of these areas, it's all designed to where that RC is going to go around the outside of the perimeter, which means you're going to have a really hard time with funneling, right? So, and then of course, the chance of the 1-star. So, highly recommend. I've friendly challenged these bases quite a bit, so I've figured out how to 3-star them. But I will say, they're pretty tough first go around. People of the clan that we're in, just ordinary, and all these CWL clans that we're in, there a lot of people get some failures on the first bat. So take a look and give it a shot. Give some friendly challenges, and hopefully they work out well for you, like they've worked out for me. So here's another one. This is again. So what do we see here? We see double rage with super high DPS. And this one's got the scatters in it, the ricochet cannons, the fire spitters, inferno towers, and so I mean, so not necessarily an anti 2-star base. This is more anti 3 because you want to make sure that all of these structures are having even more damage output, so that way your troops don't even last past that. So again, with the town hall isolated in the core there, you do have a chance at a 1-star. Depending on what the strategy is. I see a lot of people when they do charges in with overgrowths, they'll overgrowth the town hall, and then by the time the army comes back around, there's not enough to take it out. So another good base that is great for friendly challenges. And again, I recommend these for Champs 1, Champs 2, Champs 3. If you're Town Hall 17, I recommend these. Whether that's CWL, Wars, Legend League, it really just depends. Like we've said before, it's all luck. It all comes down to luck when it comes to Legend League. So hopefully your luck is good and you don't get a ton of people that are ranked super high, because a good attacker is going to triple any base in this meta. I mean, it's just inevitable. Like they have their special armies to where they know 100%. They're subject matter experts in those armies. So I recommend just using some of these bases, and hopefully you get lucky. They're some of the best bases that I've come across lately. So with this one, this is going to be, you guys called it, a great anti 2-star base because you have 2 invisible spell towers, one over all those high DPS structures and then another one over the town hall. So the person attacking this is going to have a really hard time timing these 2 spell towers, because they go off after they'll go off and then you wait, I think it's a minute, and then they'll go off again. So make sure that if you're attacking a base like this, that you time that properly, because I'm guilty of it as well. Is I'll start attacking a base and then I'll set off those towers, and then by the time my army comes back around, those invisible spell towers are already going off again, and then your troops are going past and then have to come back, and then you either end up with a 1-star or just a high 2-star fail. So and this one's real tricky because it's got 5 builder huts over here. So when your town hall is getting taken out, like the RC charge on this is going to take out a lot of defenses, a lot of structures on the outside. So this is definitely meant to have like an anti 2-star base. And all those builder huts are going to heal that town hall. If the grand champion starts targeting it and then it goes invisible, it'll heal it up to full health quick, because it's all 5 builder huts, and then you have all these high DPS structures on the backside. Then we're going to roll into the next one we're shooting. So this one, again, it's kind of got a very centralized, and this kind of looks familiar to some old Town Hall 16 bases, right? That's diamond layout with the kind of the open area here. The Town Hall 16 version was very trap heavy at this corner, wherever that was on the map. But this one's kind of set up a little bit differently, to where the fire spitters are pointing towards the backside. You have the double poison spell towers in the core here, which is going to slow everything down, while these defensive structures just lay down some firepower. You have the scatters that can target in the core there. You have the multi-archer towers. You have the multi-target infernos, single target infernos, the mono. You have all the giant bombs in the core. I mean, this base is just, unless there's a specific strategy to where you're able to kind of isolate or minimize the amount of DPS going against all your army, you're going to be just, obliterated. There's just so much in that core there that you're just, and on top of that, you're moving, at half speed because the poison spell tower. So, yeah, it's just, it's wild. So, and again, so there's still a ton of high DPS structures on the top here. Yeah, tough base, especially if you're doing the Root Riders. This base, it might be a little bit easier to do with dragons, just because of the layout, but because both of these air sweepers are pointing to the rear, and yeah, so I think it might be a little bit easier with drags, but Root Riders, it's tough. It's tough. Like I said, unless you're like a pro or you're a subject matter expert with those armies, then I can't really say like it's going to work out too well. Now, this base is awesome. It's really good. I highly recommend this one. This was probably the number one base of all the bases that we've posted tonight, and a few different reasons. It's got these moats that go around the town hall with the Seeking Air Mine, so that way if this person is doing a drag attack against your base, one, when those dragons are going to go over the core, they're going to trigger those black Seeking Air Mines and do a ton of damage to those dragons. And then two, you have the invisible spell tower combined with the rage tower, so that rage tower is going to get all of those high DPS defenses in the core along with the town hall, right? It's going to be very hard to funnel because the Grand Champ charge is just likely going to go around the outside. All of these defensive structures are leading for that Grand Champ to go around the outside. The mono is super well protected with all these other structures, and even if the mono gets taken out, it's really not getting a whole lot more because that RC is going to go, to the Whiz Tower or to the Ricochet Cannon or around the other side and not towards the core here. It's pretty well protected. And then you have the Clan Castle that's also protecting that mono. So really good base. This one is a very good pick for like Legend League. I definitely will be using this on Legend League maybe at least a couple times before, it gets burnt and people watch my YouTube videos more. So hopefully it works for a couple days. And yeah, guys, so those are all the bases as a thank you for all the subscriptions coming up. And like I said, I don't build these bases, guys. I come across them, in, whether that's Legend League or Wars or whatever the case is, and I get them built, and I'm just passing along the information and resources to you because if you guys deserve it, right? You guys deserve to have good defending bases because the meta is just insane right now. So hopefully we can, level the playing field and, work with each other. So, hey, if you ever, see us around, give us, a high five, say hi, and, thanks for the bases. So anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. I hope these bases work out for you. We just started CWL, and it took us like 36 hours to find a CWL, and we're still in prep time. It starts in 5 hours, which is like 1 o'clock in the morning for Mountain Standard Time. So I won't be claiming any bases right away. I'll be waiting until I wake up. So anyway, we got a pretty tough league. We have Clutch This. We've played them before in Wars. Bad to the Bone. That Lim Simi clan, them and the 40T ASG, they're actually the same clan, and they're really good. They have like a 94 win streak right now. Yeah, 94 win streak. Champs won. There was a lot of clans that finished first place in this league, but Bad to the Bone, that was another one. Fatal Assassins. So it's going to be a tough league. I'm excited because we have a lot of talent. Our lineup right now is Ka, Jasper Ghost, Jasper, Ace, Kartik, Davila, K9, GD Skate, Izanagi, Dova, Kartik. So we have a lot of talent here. We're going to be rotating players as CWL goes on and testing out some of these bases to see, what holds. And yeah, we'll go from there. But, appreciate you guys tuning in. I really hope that, these bases do well for you. And good luck to all of you in CWL. I hope that you guys have a fantastic season because, everyone should be trying to promote. So bring out the competitive between everyone. All right, I'll catch y'all later.